When the world is noisy, better turn life down. It's confusing on the radio. Better go out of town. Listen to some friends talk about things they know. Derailed.
Well, wow. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Derailment, the #1 podcast about train accidents and train culture. Thank you so much for listening to our first episode. My name is Haus, and I'm hosting with two other people. They're a couple of weirdos. What's your name?
My name's Prods. You know, I really enjoy train videos. I'm a hobbyist. I collect them in my spare time, and me and my dad still build train tables and models.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Who's that other person behind you?
My name's Jeff, and by that I mean I have a rare form of cancer, and I'm deathly afraid of the types of silica sand that you use for making model train sets. So I guess you could say I'm kind of the dungeon master of train. Train collecting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, so you have cancer or trains give you cancer?
A little bit of both. Actually, trains are a type of chemotherapy if they're BNSF. Yeah.
Oh, should be forget there, but whatever. We're here to talk about things that just, we come across. It's a busy life. It's a busy time. We're living in a changing time, and there's a lot of goofy shit out there. And a lot of it makes you sick. A lot of it makes you happy. Only those two things. There's nothing in between.
No.
Either incredible nausea or euphoria.
What about crippling depression?
Yeah, crippling depression's the thing too.
That's definitely.
That's like this. That's the salt sprinkled on top. It's more of a.
All right.
It's more of a seasoning of life.
Well, look.
Depression.
I want to get the ball rolling a little bit. I want to talk about one thing right now.
Yeah.
And that's the use of daddy. That word in general.
Daddy in like I guess it's femdom or no?
Yeah,
femdom, findom.
I don't know. Like in any type of sexual reference, I just personally don't find it.
It's I've heard it in sports.
Have you?
Findom? Did you say findom?
Findom is financial
Yeah,
domination.
that's what I thought it
yes,
was
feminine
too. Yeah.
domination.
Okay.
I was like French.
Pay
and-
pigs.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I know where you're talking about that's coming from, but yeah. Yeah. No, I just don't. I never like the word that much. Like, I find I don't hate it. I wouldn't because I think hate is probably a stronger word. But it's like
Yeah, it is.
when a girl's like, "Oh, daddy," it's like, okay. Like,
Well, they not just
All right.
not just like oh daddy. Oh,
It should be oh
yeah,
Daddy.
very emphasized.
Yeah,
Yes.
like,
Yeah,
Daddy.
yeah.
daddy, stop.
Oh,
Daddy, stop. No, daddy. No, they use it like in all things, like, oh, daddy, can I have the cookie at Subway? Oh, daddy, can you fill my car up? Oh, daddy, can you Venmo me that money you told me you're going to
Oh yeah, but like for me, I can see it in a different like I can see it in a different light
Oh,
completely.
it's definitely sexual.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
sexual.
you could see
And
it
that's
as-
been around.
yeah.
That's been around. Like, Seinfeld did that,
Yeah.
Seinfeld?
Kinda
Yeah.
makes you think.
Those New Yorkers that like bagels?
Well,
Oh,
that and it could be like a 1950s what was it, hop band type thing, like little pop back then.
Like
Daddy
one
and the
of those
Boys.
old, one of those old retro-y cartoons where there's like a wolf in a
Yeah.
smoking tuxedo banging his head through a fucking drywall,
Exactly.
and then the girl's like, "Ooh, daddy, ooh, daddy."
Yeah, exactly. Like-
no,
This
it's like,
is
I
a
don't
sign, like a sign in the bathroom saying no broads allowed and shit. Like, come on.
know. All right, this is hot water, but I'm gonna say that I think it's just like it's deep ingrained in humanity or human. Like if our nation vanishes in a night, and then a millennia goes by, and some anthropologist digs up remains and tries to put together the pieces and figure out what made America America, what made the world, humanity as a whole, they're going to find a bunch of porn, and they're going to find a bunch of forum posts of people going like, my daddy just doesn't do what he used to do for me. I feel like I need to get a new dad.
No, they're gonna find archive posts from like Tumblr. That's what they're gonna find.
That would be
like,
such a good
like a
time
woman being
capsule.
choked with like the hashtag daddy there. It's like, okay.
Can you
I get it.
imagine a fucking time capsule that aliens find and it's just literally just posts of live journals of people saying,
It's gonna be
"What is my
posts of
day?"
people.
It's just people fucking their parents, dude. That's really what
Well,
strange
no,
society.
that's the point I was gonna bring up. The point was that they're just gonna go, wow, either everyone's related, or humanity was kind of incestuous, and they really liked that idea.
Look, I'm gonna pause you guys right there. Look, I believe in God, all right, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Adam and Eve, okay,
And
we're
every
all
girl
related.
wants
We're
to
all
fuck her
related.
dad. Yeah, it's just
We're all
Eve.
related.
It's
Well, there you go.
Eve-based Oedipal complex.
We don't. Who needs the Da Vinci Code when we have you, Nicolas Cage,
Exactly.
of National
I'm-
Treasure 1 and 2? Were there two
Yeah.
of those movies?
Maybe three of
Was
them.
there 3 movies?
I thought there
all
was
of
2,
them.
maybe. I thought it was a stretch that there were 2, but all right.
I think like we're gonna go off on a tangent here with the Nicolas Cage movies at any point
Yeah,
in
I know,
time.
I
At
know.
this point, I'm just,
No, he'd be the anthropologist going like, oh, gotta figure out why all these people are fucking each other and calling each other pop and daddy. And mommy.
I need to steal the Declaration of Independence to stop incest.
I was trying to find the Declaration of Independence, God. And then I found out everyone was fucking their dads.
Why is incest so popular in Trump's America? Oh.
but I think
I did it. Yeah.
I really think the word
you did.
originates probably from like Tumblr. Like I feel like it came back so strong because of Tumblr. Like I didn't hear it that frequently, but then it started to really come back, and I was like,
That's
I hated
because
it.
people had modesty up until about 7 years ago.
Really?
You think so?
You think people
Really?
had modesty? Actually, I can agree
I think
with
they
that.
had some sense of modesty and self-control that's been kind of obliterated.
Yeah.
mm,
Well,
Since everything
As
is anonymous
people.
on the internet, like,
yeah.
yeah.
you have to admit at the bottom line, people, or in this generation, the past, like, I don't know, 3 decades, we've becoming even more of a selfist ideal. Like,
I think you mean
of what we-
narcissistic. Is it?
narcissistic,
Define
but it's also a
selfist.
selfist. A selfist is more like not believing that they're just, oh, I'm all shit. They just don't care. They don't know because they're in their thing. They're doing their stuff, and they got their things like daddy was a word of the bedroom, pillow talk. But Tumblr was the website of the pillow talk, a public forum for pillow talk. So that's when the pillow talk became a public
I thought it was a
knowledge.
public forum for fucking crossover pornography. Like,
Yeah, but
Well, pornography, yeah, but also if you have a comment section, the whole website is porn with comment sections that could be as long as you want.
yeah.
So, you ever read porn comments? If
yes.
they had the ability to have over 350 characters, they would tell you something you did not know.
I mean, honestly,
Possibly.
porn comments are probably that's what I would hope that the aliens would find was just porn comments engraved on some kind of hedgestone or whatever the fuck.
Oh
it
yeah,
is.
like it's like that part in Doom where you go and touch the rune stones, and it's like
Yeah.
it just tells you a story. It's like, oh well, now
Daddy!
that I'm in the Titans realm.
Yeah. There was this guy. He's a doomslayer. He was an asshole. So we
But he
buried
was
him
daddy.
under a fucking mountain. We buried him under a fucking mountain because he was so goddamn annoying. He was like Michael from The Office. He always said the wrong thing at the wrong time.
And he also fucked his daughters, which is kind of.
Oh.
But then that is like the crossing the line, tiptoe thing. I'm like, if you're gonna call somebody daddy, you're also
Yeah.
creating a culture that accepts incest as that's hot. That's a
Yeah, but
hot
there's a market for that. That's the fucking weird part. Like,
Yeah.
the
Well, it turns
stepdaughter thing is a market. Like that is a thing.
innocent. Yeah, the innocent little cutesy moniker of calling someone daddy became the Grey Poupon of sexual deviancy. All right.
Yeah, that's
the
probably a good
truth.
analogy. Yeah, that's. I mean,
That's
the only thing I would really compare it to is like say you have a pan, right, and you cook bacon in it. Okay, so you cook bacon in the pan, and then you reuse the grease, and you just keep reusing it till it gets super crusty and disgusting. That's basically what the word daddy is to me.
That's a,
Old
Can
bacon
you
grease.
Can you explain how old bacon grease?
Like you can
Really?
you
Oh,
can
yeah, where
reuse
does
bacon
how,
grease.
How many usages?
Okay,
does it
what you
require?
got to do is you got to get an old Campbell's can of soup. First of all, that's where you got to store it. So like when you're done doing it, you just pour it in the can, then you put it up near above the sink, and then when you go to reuse it again, you just scoop a bit of it out, put it back on the pan. There you go, some bacon grease. You can just reuse bacon grease repeatedly, keep
Yeah, but
filling
it
up the can.
smells horribly.
Oh,
Come
it
on.
smells awful. It does. But it's good for
Insane.
cooking.
Doesn't it start to like?
It does.
It gets super
Yep.
rancid.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Just like freedom of expression.
Okay, we're going off on bacon grease here.
Well, actually, no. Strangely enough,
The longer it's left out stagnating in the open air, people find a way.
There was a guy who wrote about that. Nick Land wrote a pretty good book on incest back in the '90s. Like he's like the preeminent guy against technology as far as like accelerationism. Like the only way out is through. So just break as many things as you possibly can and nuke Silicon Valley. But he wrote a whole bunch about it back in the '90s before it like kind of took hold. And
so he's like Armand White basically.
Yeah, he was like talking about it pretty, extensively. Yeah. But I first learned about incest from the movie Deliverance.
Yeah, no, that was probably my first experience with it. That, and I think it could have been what the fuck was it? I think it was just when we were like younger and we were talking shit on Ventrilo, and like somebody brought it up and like was explaining exactly what it was. And this is when I was like fucking 16,
the internet.
17. Yeah, the internet.
You what incest is.
Pretty much.
Yes.
And
I could say the same thing. I'm like, I didn't know what incest was till I opened Tumblr. I kind of did learn more about incest when I opened a Tumblr.
Yeah, and then you start dabbling in the stepdaughter stuff, and you're like, like this is not
I
good
think
area.
that movie is actually American Treasure. I don't know if you've seen that one with Nicolas Cage, but yeah.
Oh, you mean
Con Air?
You mean Treasure Planet, the failed Disney franchise.
Broken Arrow? What? Face Off, dude.
That was John Woo's masterpiece. Let me tell you, that was a good movie.
Wait. Face Off, wasn't it the one where they all danced to each other?
Yeah.
What? Yeah,
kind of. Yeah. It's pretty close. Yeah,
was it dodgeball or was it dancing?
It was dancing. The fighting looked like dancing.
It was a John Woo movie. If you saw anything John Woo, yeah, you can imagine.
I was getting confused with Stomp the Yard.
Oh, what the hell?
I don't know. I had to go to the theater to see the first one of them.
Yeah, sorry, I was confusing that for the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, oops, my bad.
And I remember, I don't know, something about that name just kind of made me feel like, oh, that's probably what that movie where it was a bunch of people dancing. I was playing on my video iPod.
You know what? I Stomped the Yard, and what was it? Save the Last Dance. Those were like the first two dance movies I was ever introduced to, and I was like, wow, this is awful.
Yeah, pop culture really picked up on it and going,
and they really ran with that.
People really like watching dancing. Oh, look at
Julia Stiles dances and just fights inequality.
Look at their functioning hips and their limber bodies.
It wasn't a bad movie. I'm not gonna say it was a bad movie.
I honestly thought that shit was just softcore porn for Mormons, but I guess I'm being corrected on that.
I think Mormons are.
I think the Sunrise is softcore porn for a Mormon at this.
I thought Dances with Wolves was.
Every time.
Whoa! Don't talk shit about Dancing with Wolves. That movie's good.
Look, we're going on a tangent about movies again. I want to reel this back one more time.
All right.
Yeah, manifest
at the root, it was that even if society was gone, humanity was gone as a whole, an alien civilization might find us, or some warped, skewed, produced by incest, like a flipper generation of children. Find the ancient records. They find the ancient records, and I'm like, this why my fingers fused together?
You already know there's gonna be some guy who just pisses in the time capsule. Like I'm fully expecting. It's
Wait, so now there's an established time capsule. Before the world ends, everyone is going to throw everything that is important, everything, just the time capsule is a hard drive. You can have as much on it as you want. It was like the biggest hard drive ever made. And then a guy just pisses on it.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. And then the aliens, of all the people, it's the only place they can get DNA record, and they resurrect it like some shit poster from 2000.
Is there enough DNA in piss? Think about that. And why don't we get piss? Why didn't John Hammond get piss out of mosquitoes?
Fucking
John Hammond, come, because I am a digger, man. Crowd. Getting his the crystal, what was it, ambergris?
It's Crystal Pepsi, I get you. It's called
the Crystal Pepsi bottle solidified, and just then the whole crew.
It's rock hard, and you can just launch it out of a potato gun, just at full fucking force.
It's like a piss jug.
Yeah, putting holes in people with piss jugs and solidified Crystal Pepsi bottles, dude.
We found evidence of a previous life form on this planet.
You have to. We're really talking about this as an idea, but it's what if that is the fucking the end, the future of what they find, and it's it's really weird because it's like even nowadays, right? Like say I'm a bit older myself, and if I when I my grandma's still alive, so like she does show me old pictures from back in the day, and it's like, what
Mm-hmm.
if like at that point, fucking that's what we look at. Like me being as a grandpa, I'm like, oh yeah, this is what your grandma used to do. It's like a fucking selfie or something from
Mm-hmm.
Snapchat. It's like what the fuck? Like it's just kind of weird, like that might be the
Yeah.
idea like of what you're looking at in a couple of years. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't
Well,
think
I
so. I
mean,
think people
yeah,
still
I
have
mean,
some
I've
type of
masturbated
morality,
to family
hopefully.
pictures before. I mean, it's
Okay,
not that
okay, you know what? I
uncommon.
don't. I'm not condoning you jerking off a random photo, but
I don't condone it either. And see, this is
yeah,
the root of the problem. Why do you have those urges?
this guy's
Society's fault.
it's too much.
Society's fault.
Too
Society's
much.
fault. But anyways, let's get back to these hypothetical aliens and when discussing
Hypothetical
this
aliens.
podcast. These
Yeah.
hypothetical aliens or mutated offspring of humanity, separated by decades of
Oh
lost
well,
time.
that we've definitely solved the daddy issue now, and moving forward past that, because that's what we're doing
Yeah.
now.
We know it. It's creepy. It's gross. Stop doing it.
I don't think it. Okay, look, I'm not gonna be completely against it because I said at one point as a joke it's funny. Like
Yeah,
like
it's a
I
joke,
remember
exactly.
I remember
Yeah,
Yeah, you
like,
get limited play on that bit.
yeah, like, but I think it's funny because it's like I was seeing a girl for a period of time, and then like she'd grab something in the grocery store, and she'd come to me knowing me it would fucking piss me off, and she'd be like, "Daddy, can I get this in front of other people?" And I would just I couldn't, like, I would get so mad, but it's like I couldn't be mad because it was so funny, like publicly
take
doing
her out
that and
and
embarrassing
fucking
me.
belt
I
her.
would go full into it and ask them if they made poo poo, and I'd say, "Gotta go bathroom? Gotta go bathroom? Gotta go bathroom?" And I'd start getting really loud and going, "Don't make a scene! That's what I don't do."
Put that
Then
back.
I
Put
would
that
be
candy
arrested.
back.
No
Then
candy.
I would be in jail and
Yeah.
lose my job and
Oh, okay. That's. I hope that doesn't happen, but
that got dark.
yeah, I got really sad.
That'd be a
Women are
great,
precious.
dude. Just like a bug in the fucking simulation theory is like people like just incest. Like that's we
Yeah.
built this giant hypercomputer to simulate the universe, and people call each other daddy. So I'm gonna count this as a failure and just start over.
I mean, yeah, we can't just hope. I just know that in that cave, that future Jurassic Park that will be like Homo sapien Park, and they'll be digging in
That
a
will be
mine. And
like
they'll find a
Jurassic World.
crystal Pepsi bottle, solidified, filled with the piss of a generation, and a thumb drive labeled "Don't look on this." And they'll be like, "What is this?
It's
It
just
smell horrible."
just full of fucking Blu-rays of fucking Marvel movies.
Yeah,
just
but
like,
the question
there?
is, will the bottle be in like an old like 2015 Corolla? Like that's the real
Okay, now
question.
think about this. It's all unlabeled folders, millions of them.
Oh.
And they open one. All right, each of you say, what would it be? What would be in the folder? How about you, Prods? What would be in that folder if they opened it?
God, they would find some shitty ass memes I was collecting for almost 10 years.
I would think it's a WebM of that dude with Down syndrome masturbating as a porn star fucks a chick. That's like the first
God.
thing I would put in there.
Yours has
Mine
to be
would
so
be-
fucking-
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fucked.
so both of yours incredibly gross.
Mine's
mean,
gonna either be okay.
sexual meat.
Mine's either gonna be gore, one of the two, right?
All right.
Or like shitty fucking memes of a friend that likes to pose with guns.
So two of your things that would be found are
Yeah.
one gross, gore, edgy,
Yeah.
sexual, both of just sexual.
Yeah,
edgy,
like
dark,
I would hope
Tumblr
disgusting-
memes.
the worst parts of humanity. They wouldn't
Yeah.
open one and find a goddamn.
No, that's not the worst.
the
dude. I
first
just
three
hope
movies of the Cremaster cycle. They
the
wouldn't
Yeah.
find.
first
I don't like those
contact
movies
with
anyway.
another fucking alien race should be a shitpost of some sort. I think that
The
was just
shitpost.
yeah.
It's just the alien and it says A Lamau.
That or
What
it's gonna
is
be a
this?
Warhammer 40k folder of like literally my models.
My Warhammer 40k porn folder. Dude.
Wow,
Yeah,
The goddamn
exactly. That's it right there.
God, I don't think I could play trains with you anymore.
I'm sorry. I've been hiding a
Warhammer
lot of things.
sucks. Trains are everything.
Okay, listen.
I mess around with the drift controls on my train. I increase the speed on the front of the train, and I lower the speed in the back, and boy am I drifting. Multi-rail track riding, dog.
I hope you're not talking shit about the fucking superiority of the Imperium of Man, and you better watch what you say next.
well, I like diesel-powered trains.
Yeah, dude, I just check off the pictures of the God Emperor and his family heritage.
Listen, it's not my fault that he's
he's
dead and sitting in a chair collecting souls, okay?
He's not dead, dude. He's still psychically reaching out to people. What the fuck are you
He's
talking?
the godfather of psychers. Okay, let's change the subject. I don't want to keep talking
He'll be
about whatever.
fine. Walk it off. Walk
This is gonna
that
get me
shit
going
off.
on a
Moving
tangent.
on.
I'm done.
Moving on. We know, right? Yeah, if you want to call somebody daddy, that's fine. Just keep it in the bedroom, you goofs. I don't want to hear it. I only want to hear it if a kid scrapes his knee. He's like, "Daddy, I hurt my knee," and the dad's like, "Get up, stop crying."
I only want to hear it
go,
when
"Oh."
a woman's publicly breastfeeding. I think that seems like a nice compromise.
She refers to the baby as daddy, and then is breastfeeding.
I don't think saying I only want to hear it if a woman is publicly breastfeeding is not the best scenario. Not an ideal scenario.
You know, have you seen the clothing they've made for breastfeeding though? Like it's the specialized clothing.
Yeah, I've seen those.
I think that's actually pretty smart, considering. I mean, like
It is.
Like fucking considering how many people like make such an issue out of it. Like, who really cares? Honestly, in the end of the day.
Because it's noticeable. Like I don't think it's that noticeable when a woman is just sitting with their baby and I'm all on a bench, but it's noticeable if they're like having to like undo their clothing and wrap a huge fucking ascot around their body. And,
Yeah.
like, basically put a burqa on. Like
Definitely,
come
but
on.
like I mean, I can definitely like respect the privacy and look somewhere else. Like it's not.
Yeah,
it's not-
exactly.
it's not-
But
it's not-
other people
yeah.
are assholes.
Yeah, somebody.
And
Can you do
can't-
that somewhere else?
It smells like exposed tits in here. Get out. Get out of here.
Oh God.
Police.
Daddy wants some milky, please. Hello?
I think men should also get removable nipple shirts. Just because we're living in a time of singularity and understanding. And
This is just
men
basically
should
one big laugh track at this point for me.
I want to wear the thing that Janet Jackson wore that Justin.
Oh, at
Timberlake
the
probably-
Super Bowl. Just flip.
Hey, I want a shirt like that.
Yeah,
What the
Justin
fuck
Timberlake
are
just rip it off
grandparents
on me.
talking about?
You know?
Jesus Christ, dude! I wasn't
Sorry,
born in
Twitch.
1950. What the fuck?
It wasn't that. What you? Come on,
fuck
Janet
is
Jackson's
Super Bowl?
is a treasure. She's a treasure.
She is.
Not
I mean-
Latoya, really? Of all the Jacksons?
Oh
dude?
God, I feel like we've had
She-
this conversation
Yeah,
before.
she looks like Michael Jackson. She's just a girl.
No, she doesn't.
She looks exactly like Michael
No,
Jackson
she
wi-
does.
after the
Pretty
surgery.
close, dude.
I don't know. But I don't really want to get into this topic because I actually enjoy Michael Jackson. Aside from
I'm just gonna
everything else.
interject. I know I love Michael Jackson, but he's an alien.
You
and
don't want to
that's-
talk about
yeah.
Michael Jackson masturbating to family photos, dude? I
Oh
don't
my
want your
God! Stop, please.
All right, another day, another topic. We'll go over the log of all possessions collected by the police at the time of his death and at the time of his investigation, how they differed, how they varied in a future episode of Train Hunters. Like, we're not gonna do that. Maybe.
Facebook. That's another topic. At some point, I wanted to bring up.
You mean deleting your Facebook and making a post about it before you do so and going, guys?
Oh, definitely. I mean,
God.
that's what I've been gearing up to. But no, the fact that it's pretty much Tumblr, or not Tumblr. Sorry, it's Twitter. It's basically Twitter. The fact that
It's Twitter and YouTube mixed into one.
it's
now.
not
I
even
find
that.
myself-
It's such Twitter because it's like people reposting, sharing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, and it's like.
Oh yeah.
I used to like it because my friends would do like little status updates. Like, oh man, like I'm just sitting in line over at the candy shop, blah 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 blah. And so it's like, okay, cool, I know what you're doing. That's great, you know. But don't keep reposting shitty ass memes that I've seen from 8 different fucking people consecutively for the past hour.
The JPEG compression.
Oh my God, the video ones they do. Like, why do you have to turn the fucking motivational saying into a video? Why is that a video?
Not only that, none of the videos fucking work, and they always stop after a few seconds.
It's to
and
burn
they gotta,
data.
like-
It's a fucking, it's
Yeah,
a trap.
burn data.
It's a trap, burn
it's a
data.
big trap. I found myself like in bed for 2 hours past when I was supposed to be sleeping, watching some Chinese woman make a bread kiln in her
Well,
backyard.
you're a naughty boy, staying up past your
And I was
bedtime.
like, why did I watch that? It was very like endearing.
Yeah,
watching
Yeah,
her
no,
watch-
definitely the same thing. I'm at
Yeah,
work and
I
I'm
was-
supposed to be working. I'm doing the same thing. I'm like spending an hour looking at somebody build a hut in the woods.
Yeah,
like,
I used to.
it's
I
like,
used to.
oh, this video is called Best Indoor Pool Ever, and it's just a bunch of people in like a mud hut digging with sticks in the ground. I'm like, oh, that's pretty.
I could
good.
definitely do
You
that.
need
Like,
primitive
let's go-
technology
Indian guy.
alone, dude. Come on, like.
No, they're
Yeah.
not Indian. I think they're Filipino or something like that.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, they're like Filipino. I've seen those the Indian guy, the grandpa chef or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
And he always just like cooks a big amount of food that the viewers send like money.
Yeah,
and
he feeds the village or whatever. Yeah, that's
I think that's
cool.
cool. I think that's cool.
Yeah, but I don't need to
also
see it
it's
8
like-
different times. That's my point.
I
Like,
don't need
it's
to watch
fine.
hours of it.
Yeah, that's the thing, dude. I got stuck. Like, I like to click through YouTube related videos, or I'll just
Yeah.
put something stupid in and just click continuously on the sidebar to pull random shit up. And I keep getting, I don't know what I did to fuck up my YouTube stats, but I either come to Mojo Top 10s, which if you don't watch any Top 10 video, or
Yeah.
it's just
Oh, yeah.
continuous. And the second thing I run into is fucking autistic man-children with beards and 10,000, like, they look like Vice reporters with like 10,000 tattoos, doing puzzles, like high technology
Yes!
puzzles.
Yeah, yeah,
And I
yes,
just can't
this,
stop watching it. I'm
yes.
like, this is the
Same
dumbest thing I've ever watched, but it's
I
great.
did it while I was driving one time, and I was like, "This has to stop."
You know,
Yeah.
and I
that is definitely a really good one. I've seen those quite a few times, but for me, what always comes up on my feed is fucking Viners. Like, Viners posting their content on Facebook
yeah.
in like a compilation video, fucking stop. Like,
Top 10 vibes that
oh,
make me so happy.
Yeah,
to
it's
to
like
not
I
kill
can.
myself.
These vines restore my faith in humanity and life. Sunglass emoji face.
Or
Sweat
like,
face.
yeah, sweat face. There you go. You need a sweat face in there. 100 too.
Jesus.
My favorite ones
I
are like
just
the crazy people at Walmart, like that, like when people like wild out
Yeah.
and do dumb shit, like World Star Hip Hop type videos. You know, those are my favorite.
Well, there was that one Viner. He's from Chicago, and I think he's in prison now because, I mean, like he was waving a loaded like SCAR rifle at people on Lakeshore Drive or some
Oh,
shit. And
that's great.
he was, he's doing dumb stuff, but he was the guy that came up with the put him in a coffin thing, where he would jump. He would jump while like dead planking into like a display of soda. And ruining the inside of a 7-Eleven or jumping through something.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
put him in a
yeah.
coffin. And he also ran up to anyone that had a bald-shaven head and put his hand on the back of their head and go, Michael Jordan. And that dude pissed a lot of people off. And now he's in jail.
The
That's
coffee
less-
guy
that's
too.
less-
The coffee, what's his name?
yeah.
Anybody want some coffee? Like, I love that. That I can watch. Like, I love that just because he just runs around asking for people who want the coffee. That's fine. That's enjoyable.
Yeah,
but I
it's
don't
great.
like that Tyrone guy, like, coming up like, I'm gonna fuck your bitch or whatever, right?
I remember
that is
watching
so
Tyrone,
old
like-
that I constantly still see it today, and it fucking aggravates me. I'm like, it's just not funny.
It's just so painfully scripted. Like at first
That
I
and
thought
it's
it was
cringy. Like
believable.
if I was approached by somebody like that and they're like literally first of all smacking a cigarette out of my hand, I'd be like, okay, first of all, you're gonna go get me another cigarette.
Dude, I do like the dude who
that's
goes
my
and like,
dart.
yeah, the dude
You
cuts
know.
like
That's my
grandma's
dart.
cigarette, like he comes up with the scissors and like snips her fucking cigarette. That shit is just pure gold.
Yeah,
That or
that is.
fucking
Uh,
Walmart knockout videos on fucking World Star where they're just knocking people out of their like tipping over their fucking hover-rounds.
That's all I go on
Yeah.
Facebook for. Is
Or
for-
the
for
piss
Walmart
bandit dude,
videos.
like the dude who goes
Oh.
into other public bathrooms and just pisses everywhere. That dude,
Yeah, and the
yeah.
hot dog guy too.
a lot
That's
of
another one.
terrible people doing terrible.
Well, the
things
hot dog
to
one's
other
pretty
people.
funny. He puts hot dogs in people's
That one's
pockets.
innocent.
That's
Yeah, I like hot
hilarious.
dog
I think
guy.
that's
He's great.
absolutely funny.
He's
'Cause
great.
one guy got mad that he thought he stole his wallet. He just put a hot dog in his back pocket. It's like,
For a second, when you said hot dog guy, I thought you meant the guy that like stands in the parking lot in the trailer park and going whoop and sucking the whole hot dogs down his throat. Hey, check it out. Whoop.
Dude, he's like a
eating
professional
the
hot dog eater. Isn't he? Like,
Jesus Christ.
that's how you
Oh.
make
Dude.
it in Pennsylvania or some shit. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
well.
I believe that.
I don't know. Facebook, yeah, was a place.
Yeah, but
where I used to
Snapchat's doing the
post
same
odd
thing though.
jokes.
Like Snapchat does the same thing.
I-
Like I use
I
Snapchat.
only talk to some.
Yeah,
friends
exactly. I use
on
Snapchat
there.
to keep in touch with some people, right? But like you go over to like the Discovery thing, and it's like you look at it, and it's like all these people that you definitely don't want to ever follow. Like one time, Wolfie Raps kept coming up on my thing, and I was like, why the fuck? Like this guy's not a good YouTuber, or is he funny? Like I don't. like, why is he there?
Children.
That's the thing, though. Facebook used to be a place where I posted jokes and statuses, and, going back, like, when you're young, you really, you weren't super self-aware of, like,
Oh yeah.
your presence online. And I made less stupid jokes, and they were, like, harmless, but they were jokes only I understood.
Oh, inside jokes.
Like-
Yeah. Like
All inside jokes just for me.
Really?
Where I was just naming, I was coming up with baseball team names, and just, like, hello, I'm Coach blah, blah, blah. coach of the Seattle Dig Dogs and like just making stupid fucking.
Dude, I do that shit with fucking yoga poses constantly, dude. Like crouching incel, dude. Like angry smile, dude. Just make up fucking yoga poses and then pitch that shit on YouTube comments.
Oh, yeah,
Isn't that like the T-pose meme though too? That's like a thing now too.
Yeah. That's fucking
I don't know.
VR chat memes. I think.
I don't think those T-pose. I don't think that T-pose thing is fake. I think that's real. Like, it's evidence that the Matrix exists.
Is it?
What?
It's a glitch in the system.
Please don't.
Mainframe.
Oh god,
Yeah,
when you
dude,
say
it's
that,
We're
in my head.
asleep. We're
Matrix
asleep, and we need to
series.
wake up.
Yeah.
Listeners, you're asleep. You need to wake up. We're living in a goddamn simulation. It's a dream. It's a
Burn
manufacturing.
it down,
monster.
dude. Incest,
Yeah.
Swinky.
Write it down. I'm writing things down as we go. Incest, first one on the list. I gotta figure everything out.
Incest.
Gotta figure it out. I
It's manufactured
got an old
by the
receipt
great
from
hive
McDonald's
mind.
writing it on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay, incest. Hang on,
no.
incest.
Oh,
But yeah,
Michael
but people
Jackson
go. But
conspiracy?
bottom line, yeah, Michael Jackson conspiracy. He's an alien. So is his sister.
Yeah.
dude, I love you. Like, I love UFO fucking like coast to coast and just listening.
Oh,
to schizophrenics talk about
Coast to Coast is on a talk radio here, right?
it's so good.
So good.
It's
I love
so
it.
good.
I love talk radio for that reason because I listen to it late at night when I'm at work or
Yeah.
when I'm coming home from work, and it's like
Dude.
the craziest outlandish shit. Like you hear, it's like, oh yeah, UFO ran over my house the other day, and I think I got abducted.
George Norrie is just the greatest.
God, he's the
ever.
man. He is
Like,
the man. I don't.
Just complete. Like at least Art Bell used to ask questions. Like he would question people, and George Norrie's like, yes, of course.
I
Tell me how
agree.
Jesus spoke
I don't even
yeah,
question
like,
it. Yeah.
Jesus spoke
Yeah.
to my brother as an interdimensional time alien.
Who am I to disagree with this hardline facts, evidence brought before me?
Fluoride.
I mean, son,
I
that
don't
would be a
know.
great.
But yeah, people, things become stagnant. Things become repetitive. We live in a very fast and demanding, selfish world where we demand a lot.
Oh yeah, like I
At a
mean,
high
you could
rate.
even compare that to like I don't want to say this because it sounds very cringy saying it out loud, but like meme culture is a thing because we go through memes
Oh, yeah,
so
exactly.
quickly compared to
Yeah.
back in like what 2007 and onward.
Oh,
It
yeah.
would like took forever to
Yeah.
get past like certain memes, but like now we're just like meme. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, it
Jesus.
overtakes a lot of situations. It overtakes a lot of situations of interconnectivity between people, online social media. But, originally people went on those to tell a story about who they are, what they are, what do they believe in, things
Oh,
about
dude,
them.
what
And
is
I
this,
think,
a fucking Imgur post where they're just like,
No, but
my
here's
dad
the
is
thing.
dying of cancer and I'm very sad. Please send me money on my Patreon.
oh,
Like, Jesus.
that celebrity
I fucking
passed
hate
away.
that shit.
I love the
But
celebrity
it's a lot of like,
hoaxes.
that celebrity passed away, and I'm going to make his death about me.
Dude, David
Yeah,
Bowie,
yeah,
like, I never
yeah.
felt so bad for David Bowie as that exactly.
I never felt so bad for Bourdain because I was like, I really liked.
Yeah.
I love Bourdain. Like I used to watch quite a lot of his stuff back on like the Food Network.
Yeah.
I love Bourdain.
I posted the video of him eating at Waffle House because that's like the best one.
Dude, what white
Um,
person doesn't love Anthony?
I'm gonna be
Bourdain?
so upset when Guy Fieri finally passes away. That's
Dude,
gonna
Guy
fuck
Fieri-
me
Guy
up.
Fieri is like a nice guy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's
it's
gonna
like Bobby
fuck me
Flay,
up.
dude. I hope Bobby Flay lives.
I
to
heard
be
Bobby
like
Flay's a
100.
dick.
He is exactly. He's just a cokehead asshole. Like, just I hope he lives to be 100 to really become a true dude. I don't even know why they do an American Iron Chef because it is so. Why don't they bring old fucking Iron Chef?
Well, they
back?
have
That's
Miyamoto.
fucking-
They have Miyamoto from the
Dude,
old one.
Miyamoto's
Okay.
all right, but he was.
He's good. He's not all right. He's a good chef.
Dude, he wasn't even the original chef.
Are we
Japan.
debating
Fuck
about
that.
how the quality of food that he makes?
All right, I was trying to make a point before we
Sorry,
got on a
sorry.
goddamn tangent about.
We like Iron Chef a lot.
Chef.
We
Hey,
both
Yeah, me
watch
too.
that.
I can talk about that all day. But
Hashtag
the whole thing
me
was
too.
that people went on social media to learn about each other, and I think this is a good time to bring up. This is our first episode. God bless whoever it is up there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Rest in peace.
I think it's a good time for everyone that's listening to learn a little bit more about us.
Mm.
But that's it. That's all they get. Just now.
Like what? Like what are we
Okay.
doing? Fears?
I got three questions.
Dude,
Okay.
who's your favorite Iron Chef, dude?
No. Let's get to know some shit about these hosts. These three gentlemen. All right, Praz, you're first.
What are you asking me questions? I'm confused on what's going on here.
I'm gonna ask you three questions. That's it.
Okay, as long as you don't ask me about my bum leg.
I won't. Things that put you at ease. What are some things that put you at ease?
The gentle, motor noises of old 1995 Toyota Corolla.
Ooh, good. And what are things that you do are risky, but you do them a lot?
Oh, I just go around screaming and yelling at everybody I see.
Okay. And what are some things that make you uneasy?
Things that make me uneasy. There's a lot of things that make me uneasy. Okay, and if we're gonna talk about this, okay, clowns. Since I've been a kid,
Okay.
terrified the hell out of me. Like
Okay.
clowns scare me. Like they legitimately scare me. Like I don't like them. I've never liked them ever. Since I've been a kid, I hated them. Like even mascots though. Like I liked watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when I was a kid, right? But when they'd be out and about with the like little fucking the mascots, they wear the whole fucking outfit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it terrified the piss out of me. Like I was like,
it's the fact that their eyes are.
they don't look. They're just straight, and the eye contact's not there.
They only smile if
Soulless.
you're looking at them the right way.
That and seagulls are two awful things.
Okay. All right. Those are good.
Yeah, you gotta
Now-
tilt your
now,
head
Jeff,
when you look at them.
Oh god.
Call me
Jeff.
Google. I'm just my name is
Okay.
Jam.
I can call you Google or Jeff or whatever. All right.
Google,
Well, this is Google.
That wasn't me.
Googled
Thank
it.
you. Okay.
I know. But
Oh, you fucked it up.
what puts you at ease?
ASMR. No, wait. Do you want smartass answers or do you want?
I want real.
Oh.
This is for the listeners. This is the only time we're ever gonna talk about ourselves ever again.
Oh, okay.
That's a lie. No.
What puts me at ease? Honestly, I can tell you, spending like 10 or 12 days on a boat on the ocean was somehow
yeah.
the most like strangely enough, it was the most calming experience I probably had.
Nice. Nautical.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I guess that, like the fucking just staring at the mast, watching it go back and forth to see if I get motion sickness, but I don't know, nothing. Xanax. There's a couple answers to that.
Okay. All right. Now, what do you do pretty often that's kind of risky?
Masturbate outside daycares.
Oh, come on. Give me a
Okay, sorry.
fucking answer.
No. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I'm fucking around. I'm fucking around.
One strike. One strike.
No,
Let
what
it
do I?
be.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's-
yeah.
that's it.
What do I do that fucking regularly that's risky? Probably. I don't know. I used to drive like crazy. Like I used to off-road rally quite a
Oh
bit.
yeah. You told me
And
that before.
I've totaled like 7 or 8 cars. So I guess that's it. Like I was wearing my seatbelt, trying to get a 5-point, and then end up totaling the car. Always get full insurance. Pro tip. But yeah, that's a good rallying would be a good answer.
It's funny that the
okay.
destruction of your car brings you like happiness.
I love dude. 4-wheel lateral drift is just. I had a Subaru.
I imagine it's probably
such
great.
a short
honestly.
period. Yeah.
I've only ridden it.
Sounds like a
off-road.
car.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Car.
sound like a train to me. Too many wheels. Goes on a road,
kidding.
not a rail.
I
a little
had
concerned
this
here.
like surreal moment getting pulled out of a ditch and like after 2 feet of snow had fallen as like a dog is like a farm dog is like like barking and biting at my tires, getting pulled backwards as Pure Moods was playing. Like I had the Pure Moods soundtrack, like Enya's playing. Like that was a good psychedelic experience.
Were you drifting in the snow to Enya? Who
Yeah,
are
pretty
you?
much. Yeah.
It's pretty good, honestly.
Dude, what do I do to remain
Like
calm? What puts me
Celine
at ease?
Dion, next level.
I
Almost.
RP as a clown around Icy.
Please
Icy
stop.
3's house.
I
Yeah,
don't.
Okay,
I'm not
all right,
joking
now,
about that,
what are-
like at all.
What are some things? Yeah, we're being honest.
No,
You had to
sorry.
be the one making jokes about.
I'm
No, the
giving
Toyota
the
thing was
answers after,
okay.
yeah.
Whatever.
All right, now, but what are some things that make you uneasy?
Fucking the world probably, the entirety
world?
of the human, other humans. How's that sound?
It's kind of all right. People.
Yeah.
People make you.
It's like a Slipknot song.
All right. People make me uneasy. I just wish they'd go away. Come
That's
on.
the new.
All right, now, things about me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, things that put me at ease. Watching. There's this YouTube channel. It's been like my thing every day. I wake up and I watch one video. It's in Korean. I never really understand what the fuck she's talking about. I can
They don't have
understand Japanese.
subtitles?
I can't understand Korean. No, I leave them off because I'm like half
Oh.
awake when I wake up. And it's a video of this Korean woman, and she owns like a bunch of cats, and it's called Cream Heroes.
How many
And
cats?
the video's just like 6, I think.
Oh.
Arbitrary number.
And
That's not that many,
and
honestly.
like she's not like a crazy cat. Like, she just has a lot of different weird cats, and the videos are just her like taking care of them and washing them and stuff. And I just for something about it, it's just like it's how I start my day, puts me at ease. Or watching Lord of the Rings puts me at ease. Things I do that is risky and people tell me not to do it. Is Snapchatting while driving.
Oh.
It's a
Yeah.
thing I really have to not do. Because I'm in my car, I'm singing loudly, and I'm Snapchatting while driving, and then I'm singing loudly. Sometimes I'm singing like some R&B on the radio. I'm getting really into it, and I'm pulling up my phone, Snapchat. Whoop! Starting to swerve a bit, and then there's like a cop behind me, and then I never get caught. And I'm like, I wish they'd catch me so I'd learn my lesson, but I keep doing it.
Yeah.
So that's a risky thing. And then things that make me really uneasy. I guess I'd have to say there's a lot of things that make me uneasy. I'm trying to think the number one thing that makes me super uneasy is strangers touching my face.
Oh, that is a good one.
I really don't like
Yeah,
that.
personal
really
space.
Yeah,
Definitely. I agree with that.
it's not just personal space. I don't care if they touch me anywhere, but if someone's like starting to touch my face, I just instinctually flinch, and it just makes me feel like I'm in danger mode. I'm in danger mode.
Oh, hey, so
That's really
I have a
nice.
question. So, like, back in high school, did anybody ever try and like, grab you by the nipples or like pinch them?
Everyone did
Yeah,
that.
see, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's probably why. That's probably where it stems from.
Purple, dude.
No, it didn't happen much in high school. People did it to each other.
Oh
all the
yeah, I
time.
do it to a guy at work all the time. He flinches so
Yeah,
fucking hard, he runs away from me most of the time.
One person did it to me. I punched them as hard as I could, and then they never did it to anybody again.
I love that you're
I just
admitting
remember-
to sexually harassing your fucking coworkers. Just throwing that out.
Just moving on.
HR.
You have an HR manager.
Moving on.
Sir. I'm in
Don't
accounting.
publicize this podcast anywhere. Don't let any of your friends from work listen. By the way, I'm sure he's probably a gem around the team. Everyone loves him. Gets a lot of work done. He's a valuable asset. You get rid of him, you get rid of us, the customer.
Oh
The
god.
local Arby's, dude.
That's a threat,
Yeah.
HR.
I was gonna say,
That's a threat.
That's not a promise. That's
We
a
here at
threat.
Derailed, the podcast, who love trains, are gonna come through your wall with a train.
Fight Club my manager so quick. Why are you hitting me?
We're gonna make you regret the things you've done.
Oh,
To this,
spicy.
to this fine
Okay,
man.
so
No, yeah,
I'm moving on past my work.
I think we moved on.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah,
knows our
at
fears.
Arby's.
Everyone basically knows how to make us very uncomfortable and afraid. That
Yeah,
was
great.
the
So
point.
now you all know how to
He
terrorize
works
each
at
one of us.
Arby's in,
I don't work at an Arby's.
Gruntsman, or
Stop.
whatever.
Stop.
He's the one that makes the tangy sauce and puts it in the package.
Yeah. He works at a steak and shake.
I
that got
personally
shot
curl every fry. That's my job.
up. I work at
personally
Arby's as
curl
a,
the
as a
stick.
fry curler.
Welcome to Arby's. Here's the stick. What's the stick for? It's for curling the fries, you Jabberwocky. Just like, how many fries do I have to curl? I'm like, until they're all done. When can I go home? You go home
When
when
the
I
fries
go
are
home.
curled.
Yeah, just doing his
When the
Morgan
fries
Freeman
are
voice.
done.
Come down to basement. I got fries for you, curl.
He's
guy with a
using,
hair
like
lip
a
saying it?
dirty mop handle to
Yeah.
like curl fries in the back. Like,
God, Jesus Christ.
It's just how they make them. They cover a big wooden stick and they just dip
Well,
them
you know what?
in oil.
It's funny that we're talking about this. Like, I remember, like, when I was a kid, when I was, like, 15, I worked at McDonald's because, like, I had to get a job, basically, because my parents weren't, like, really supporting me. I got to save my own money. So, I learned some weird things. Like, first of all, pickles from McDonald's come in fucking bags, and then the onions are fucking dehydrated, and you just soak them in water, and they become fucking onions. That's it.
Whoa, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, now you guys know a fun fact about McDonald's.
Whoa, I didn't know that. That's nuts.
dude, one of my buddies or my first drug dealer worked in a Hardee's or whatever, and like all the Hardee's in the area, basically like owned by some dude named Muhammad, like some very large African American fellow who would come in and be like, What have you done to this? You have destroyed the roast beef. The roast beef is ruined! Like, just, like, he would come through and, like, order, like, a thick cut roast
I
beef.
come into this place and I see a mess before me,
Dude, be
and on the meat is a mess all around.
It had, like, a
What is you
double,
doing?
a double
This is my
freezer,
money.
dude, like, and so he'd be smoking weed in the back, and I would just occasionally puncture, like, the vats that they keep. You know, they have, like, I don't know if you've ever seen the oil, like the peanut oil that they keep in.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
McDonald's, they used to do the big bags of margarine,
So I
right? I
used
used to
to
punch
just
those and try and
fucking-
puncture on my fist.
Yeah, exactly. I used to puncture those with a pen.
Just hit them as
before
hard as I
would
could
leave.
and just fucking knock them right open.
Hmm.
I was an edgy
Well,
kid
they
back
don't
then.
work there anymore because now they know your secret.
Well, I also, before I
Uh,
left, I stole a whole milk crate of, like, fucking chocolate milk and left. So I don't really care.
Watch, you're gonna go to jail.
Ooh,
Loss prevention's
spooky.
gonna get you. Loss
They have
prevention's
statute
gonna
of
get you.
limitations.
They're coming for
Dude.
me.
I used
Father
to be like
McDonald
when I
wishes to
when I
speak
worked
with
at
you.
Best Buy, dude, I used to be friends with the LP people, and they did not give a fuck. Like, I would just trade them porn sites in exchange for allowing me to steal PSPs and shit. It was good fun.
Exchange porn
Yeah.
sites.
Yeah, dude,
Come
it was difficult to
on.
find.
They
dude. It
can't
was-
use Google. They can't.
No,
they
no, they
can't.
can't. Like,
See
dude, they're
how
like
unfortunate
40-year-old
your
men.
name is.
Dude, they're like
Yeah, it's
40-year-old
like a
men with
fucking
like
paradox.
yeah, like police. You know, like they did the police training, but then decided they didn't want to be a cop because they like drinking too much. You know, that kind of. Yeah. I love LP guys.
Yeah.
Always a good
Well,
party fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's actually, I can kind of believe that now that I think about it.
Yeah.
We all had shitty jobs at one point. Like,
I had a
it's great
friend.
fun.
I had a friend whose father was in loss prevention, and they loved porn a lot.
Yeah, they
oh,
do.
the guy at work, like I have a guy that sits outside a Century, and that's all he does. He literally watches muscle porn.
I've never
Yeah.
seen so much physical copies of porn as my friend's dad. I remember when I
My
was young
fucking
growing up, I
dad
always
used to have
like,
VHS
look-
copies in a box at one point.
No, I'm talking about like, imagine storage containers.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of porn.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Did anybody ever
Yeah,
show him
just-
how to like start streaming?
Dude, just ordering fucking bulk porn from China in
But
storage
now
containers.
my friend. I mean, I don't know what should be talking about.
Yeah, we probably should
But my
stop
friend-
talking about this. This is like I feel like
No,
this
but
is gonna...
but I don't know. I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him about it. But I mean, it's just that's like he's a fucking. He just like he's got so much shit, man.
Dude,
He's
it
just
seems like
selling
you'd
it.
skip a step. You just bury the storage container and make a bunker with the pornography
Oh,
already in
yeah.
it. That's a good idea.
I don't. Well, here's the creepy thing. It's all just porn with like pictures of them and their dad.
Oh.
What the fuck?
It's not like porn. It's just like they went to a meet and greet and got a signature. Like
Oh.
they were like, but they didn't just collect porn. They collected like newspapers. and
Oh,
everything.
okay.
Yeah, that's called
Memorabilia.
hoarding. I believe it's called
Yeah,
hoarding.
I guess.
Talking about hoarding. One of my favorite shows on A&E, hoarding. You know,
Yeah,
hoarders.
dude, if you collect newspapers,
Love
you're a
it.
fucking hoarder. I don't give a shit what
I
you
don't.
have to
Okay,
say.
no, I think.
my mom is a hoarder.
No,
my mom's
yeah,
a hoarder,
same.
big time.
Is she?
Well, she only hoards salad dressing.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
really? Dude, you should see.
She-
Like, oh.
We'll have a bottle of the. She only likes like Thousand Island or fucking Italian. That's like
Thousand
she
Island's
likes
good.
it. But every time she goes to the store, she thinks it's gone, so she buys another bottle. So
Oh,
the entire-
yeah.
When you
Dude,
open
that's a
her fridge,
classic.
the entire wall is just shelves filled with Thousand Island.
That's
Filled, and then each layer. Every time I go in there, I literally like whenever like I'm house sitting when they're out of town. I just go take a trash can up to the fridge and I put my arm in there. And then,
As they get
and I
up,
throw
she
all-
gets home, and then she's like, "Fuck, we're out of Thousand Island dressing."
Yeah, and then, exactly. She comes home and is like, "Oh, we have nothing to eat." I'm like, You don't have food. You only have condiments."
Parents are funny. I mean, I think I saw my mom do that quite a few times every time she went to the grocery store. Because it's like she doesn't know if she has it, so she'd buy 2 of them, and then we have 2 of them, and they'd sit in there, go bad, and then we buy 2 more. It's like, what the fuck?
Dude, if you don't
Yeah.
know a fucking hoarder, dude.
I'm
oh.
guilty of that.
I
I'm
do it
guilty of
I
that
do it by
with, like-
myself. Even now, looking on my own, I do the same thing. It's like I barely have anything in the fridge, but then I'll eat everything, right? And then I'll like, oh fuck, I don't have condiments. Meanwhile, I have condiments. It's on the door. I just didn't look, and so I have like fucking 4 things of mustard. I'm like, well, I really like mustard, clearly.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't know. I'm guilty of that with crumbled goat cheese or. Goat
Oh, I
cheese, 'cause
fucking
like it.
love goat cheese.
I put it in like my salads. I
Yeah.
use it all the time, and I always end up like losing it. I go, I gotta get more, and I buy it. I come home, it's like, oh look, fucking 2 of them unopened. All right, I'm writing down on a notepad not to buy any more goat cheese, and then like the next week I'm buying more goat cheese.
Oh my god.
Just change your hoarding.
Okay,
to
look.
condiment.
Life's crazy, Life's crazy.
We gotta change the
Life's
subject. We're
crazy.
gonna start talking about condiments the whole
yeah.
fucking time.
But
Like,
here's the thing.
Condiment
Here's
podcast, dude.
we talked about daddy. We talked about daddy issues. We talked about Nicolas Cage for some reason. We talked about Michael Jackson, the alien.
incest.
We talked about a lot of things.
It's all a lot of
What's,
stuff.
we
We
talked
had
about
we had
American
an
Treasure
overwhelming
and Gone in
discussion.
60 Seconds. What are you talking, dude?
Yo, we had an overwhelming discussion or overlining discussion about humans are messed up people. No,
Well,
wait, humans are motherfuckers.
I got one thing though still.
Yeah.
All right, and that's the fact that I'm excited for Doom Eternal. All right, we never need to ever. That's
Oh yeah. Well, video games is a big part of I think a lot of people's lives. It's pretty important. It's pretty cool.
Well, no, but like in this day and age,
Sonic.
yo, that's a prime example of this, right? Sonic. Okay, Sonic Generations was a good game, right? Hands down, that was a great game.
Echo the Dolphin.
That was a great game too. Loved Echo the Dolphin. I remember playing on a Sega Genesis.
I should have bought Sonic Racing, but I never did. I played the demo. I loved it.
Did you love it? Was it really good?
It was actually fun.
Okay, well, as long as it's fun and you enjoyed it, then yeah, might as well.
It's like Mario Kart for the PC.
But nowadays, all these new games that come out, like, none of them appeal to me. Like, unless it's, and it's pathetic that I have to say this, like, only Warhammer 40Ks really appeal to me. Like, if it's anything in that universe, or if it's something like a single player RPG or something, or like Dark Souls, or like a run and gun like Doom. And I like Doom because I grew up on Doom 95, right? Like, that's my bread and butter, and and the fact that they re-released it and it was played such an homage to the original, and then Doom Eternal's coming out.
Dude, I guess if we're talking video games and callbacks, I wish Mario was my daddy. Dude, who would you have as your video game dad? Dude? It'd be a tie between Solid Snake and probably Mario, or Wario. That's.
But aren't we just feeding the problem?
Exactly. That's
Actually,
okay.
who are we to say it even is a problem?
Yeah, exactly.
Fine.
Judgmental shit.
My daddy is. Come back to me.
Luigi, dude.
I was gonna say Luigi because I love Luigi a lot, but I want you to come back because Luigi's a cheap answer.
Yeah.
Prod.
You know it's gonna be fucking Doomslayer no matter what. Like it's gonna be Doom
that's
guy. Yeah, like it's like even like you have to understand like the fucking game that came out as of recently. He doesn't say a fucking word in the game. Like that's what make. Oh no, sorry, Isaac Clarke. That's what we're gonna. Isaac Clarke. I'm not even changing it. It's Isaac Clarke, man. That's my video game daddy.
Dude, have you ever read the fucking sci-fi novel?
Yes,
I
love Dead Space. Like don't even start with me on Dead Space.
Oh yeah, Dead Space.
It was so good, and the reason why the first game was so good because he didn't have a fucking voice. That's why it was so good.
Dead Space 2 is also really, really.
It was
good.
It played with your fucking mind. Like literally at points you thought things were there, they weren't there, and they would build up, and it's like you thought things were gonna pop out of the fucking vent. No, nothing's happening.
They were so good. They were so good at building this
atmosphere was the key to that game.
Of a pop out.
Oh yeah.
Like, the best example is near the candy store and toy shop in the space station in Dead Space 2. You're walking by this thing, and you expect something to happen. Like, it's just this music is building up, and you get to the segue, and then it just goes, boop, and it calms.
Yeah, and it just drops out.
Then you enter a school.
Yeah.
Then you enter this gymnasium.
It's a shame that.
Right? The gymnasium you go into.
Oh, the second. You're talking about the second game. Yeah.
They did such good pacing through that entire thing, where, like, they had quiet points. You know, like, the first one, you'd always have somebody kind of talking, and then...
Yeah.
In Dead Space 2, there was like actual quiet points.
It was it was so fucking good. That game series was like, I'm not gonna say it's like one of my all-time favorites, but it's up there for me. Like
it is. It's up there. It's a game like I'll sit down and beat it in like.
Oh, I'll fucking beat it, and I'll keep going back to it. Like I'm thinking about streaming that actually next after Doom, like as my next thing.
I mean, actually, that's what I'm doing in October. I'm
gonna put it on the hardest difficulty because I can know that game inside out, and I'm gonna fucking run through it and just shit on it everywhere.
Around the fall, I like to do all Halloween horror games and stuff, and
I like
to do whole playthroughs.
The one thing that pisses me off with that game, though, sorry to kind of interrupt you there, I didn't mean to do that, but the thing that I hate the most is the fact that Visceral is so fucking lazy. Like, the third game had shit fucking sales, right? And that game from the first to second game had such a strong following, they shit the bed with the third game. Right? Because it's EA doing its fucking goddamn pandering.
Yeah. Like I was gonna say, didn't EA fucking come in and say we're gonna they fired half the staff?
And then, did you play the DLC for the third game? It fucking drove me nuts. The Awakening?
Oh my god. The third game in its entirety.
No, dude, I tried.
Did the co-op mission.
No, did you get the DLC for the finishing of the game? You have to pay for a DLC to actually get a fucking true ending to the game, and I paid for it.
Dude, the problem is the DLC weapons in 3 are instantly available at the start of the game.
So and you can forge like literally fucking weapons right off the bat, even on a fucking hard difficulty. That literally shit on them. Like fucking, once you have the assault rifle, done. Game's over. That's it. Done. It's
I was like that with the sniper rifle in Dead Space 3. As soon as I had a sniper rifle,
lines up fire, blind fire, pow! Right through 3 of them.
Pow! Dead, one shot. You kill the ones you have to cut their limbs off, and you shoot them in the chest, and they die instantly.
Yeah.
I played that entire game with one of my friends docking. and he
Docking. Wait.
Yeah, his name is Docking. It's an
Oh, yeah.
he's been on a couple other on another podcast, and we talked to him about his dad and what he likes to do. He likes eating key lime pie and Mountain Dew together in a bowl. I digress, but we played the whole game. And there was points in the game where it was okay. It was an okay co-op experience.
Oh yeah, because it tells you backstory on Carver, which I can totally. That's what's good, I guess.
Then we get to the ending of the game, and it felt like they just they messed it
Oh,
up.
they did. I'm telling you, I played the DLC. This is. I'm not ruining it for any of you guys, hopefully, and I'm just gonna say right now, spoilers alert for whoever the fuck is listening. But right at this point, when they released the DLC for $10 fucking that I paid for this shit, it is just the fucking remnants of getting off the fucking planet. Okay, you get to a spaceship.
Yeah.
You realize Ellie's is still alive or some shit, and then you go back to Earth and you're like, oh no, there's no comms communication, and then you basically feel like the moon's activated anyways, and you basically didn't do shit to stop it.
Yep.
And it's
so
okay, cool.
It's just
what a build up.
It's something they could have added to the game, what they did, and they're like, all right, let's see how many more pennies we can get out of these people.
They half-assed it.
Yeah.
Remember the collection bots with the scrap? Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They found on disc They found the on disc DLC at release, and before the DLC was even announced, so they kind of
Yeah, it was just blocked. It was just literally blocked by the system. But Dead Space was a cool franchise, and I liked it. And all through, even when you ask people, I worked at a GameStop at one point. I was one of the first.
I also worked in one too when I was younger. Yes.
And everyone loved it. Everyone was like, oh, Dead Space is Dead Space.
It was a fucking gem.
That's how people felt.
It was a gem.
There was never anyone disappointed. When Dead Space 2 came out, it's like, is it any good? I'm like, dude, it's just Dead Space, dude. People would play it because it was Dead Space.
Well, but if you played the first game, I got into the first game later on, and I was I played it at my friend's house. I think, but it came out for the 360, I think, didn't it? Yeah, I think this is 360.
Yeah.
So my friend's like, yeah, I got Dead Space. I'm like, yo, let me give this a try. So I get on, I replay it. I'm like, first thing I had an issue with was the character wasn't talking. But then I realized, I got 30 minutes into the gameplay, it's a build up, and it's good because it plays off his own mental state that he's fucking losing it, and it's it gets really good progressively. The story starts to build up, and it's wow. And then I was like, fuck it, I love the series, and I played the second game, and I was like. And then I watched Aftermath, and I watched the fucking one for the precursor to the Sprawl incident, right? And so I fell in love because they carried over each storyline, and they did a little animated thing in between it. And all they did for the third game was that stupid comic with Carver.
Yeah,
and I was like, what?
They really didn't care.
It's original.
I felt like they forced it.
Yeah, well, that too.
Sorry for cutting
I agree with you completely. It's the same thing. It's the same thing that Relic did, and fucking what was it? Yeah, it was Relic, I think, for the Dawn of War series, right? I like Warhammer 40K, right? The first Dawn of War and all those expansions were fucking spectacular. I loved it. They literally, except for Tyranids was the only thing they didn't put in, but it was fun, okay? They fucking incorporated Sisters of Battle. It was great. Dawn of War 2 came out. I fucking hated it. It was garbage. I didn't like the idea that I could play as any of the races, but that wasn't bad. But the thing was, I had to do the same fucking campaign, and it was literally identical to each race you picked. It didn't mean anything. It was not unique for each storyline. You're telling me the Space Marine storyline's gonna be the same as the fucking Tyranid Space Marine or the storyline? Doesn't make fucking sense. And
this is my own.
And the third game
about Warhammer games is
one thing.
Scaling.
One thing, Google. Just sorry, I'm not trying. I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent here, but I gotta finish this.
Finish your tangent.
Dawn of War 3. Okay. That game was fucking fun. It threw it back to the first game, and I liked it a lot, and it looked really good, and it had the Imperial Knights and the fucking things that they talk about in the lore and the actual tabletop games. I played the tabletop, and I loved it because it touched on that. And for me as a fan, I was like, this game really appeals to me. And mind you, it was only 3 races, and it was fine. The Eldar and the Orc and the fucking Space Marines. Again, Blood Ravens. I wish they'd do something else, but whatever. I can't be picky. But you know what they did? When they were about to release the DLC, Relic, the publisher dropped the game, and they didn't offer any support. It literally was within a good fucking 4 months of the game coming out, and they just dropped all support for it, and they didn't care about it anymore. And I was like,
it's
what?
A sting. It's a sting when big corporate daddy leaves their children behind.
Man, it's just too common. Finish the game. Make the fans happy. Those are the people that buy the game. That's the people. I spend money on games that I enjoy. I don't, some people, torrent, right, to try it out first. But me, if it's a game title I like, and it's something I enjoy, I'm willing to spend the money on it. Like Dark Souls, I like Dark Souls, so I'll spend the money on it. Whether it's on sale or
Yeah,
not, I'll still
exactly.
drop my
Yeah,
money on
of
it.
course, dude. Like that's
If it earns the respect, if it earns the following, and it holds up, and it respects their player base, and they do it what they please. But it's just when they play the game of like passing it back and forth and withholding information and just lying. It's just like, a snake. It's like I compared No Man's Sky. It just had this big update.
Oh yeah, me and you had a
And I've been
conversation
playing
with
that.
it.
Yeah. I got into No Man's Sky, and people always go, God, people gotta be nice to Sean. Like, it is really shitty how people like are so entitled, like going like, oh, you ruined this game, I'm gonna kill you and send them to death. That's like too far. Those people are retarded, and they need, it's a video game, and just because the creator is attached to the game doesn't mean it's their fault that the corporation that paid for the making of the game changed everything. And a lot of people don't understand. And people are just, they want immediacy. They want it now. They want results. And with Sean Murray, the guy behind No Man's Sky, I mean, you go through his tweets, and it's just like, before this next update, which finally added multiplayer, which he said was going to be in the game at launch, people were just, before just sending him death threats and telling him he's, an asshole and a cuck and blah, blah, blah. And now it's just like nothing but screenshots of like, wow, Sean Murray, your game's amazing. Wow, look
Okay,
at the screenshot.
would you
Sean.
would you
Look at the
suggest
screenshot."
like playing it now though? Honestly.
Now, here's the
No.
thing. I've had to restart. All right,
Is
I had a
this-
previous save. Yeah,
it's
I
deleted.
started playing this game. The update broke it.
Yeah, of course.
The update broke my save and corrupted it, so I had to start over. I started again. Game got corrupted. I had to start over. I'm on my third.
Yeah,
character.
no, exactly. It's,
And
it's-
I finally sent him a tweet. I've never tweeted a game developer ever in my life. I tweet him like,
well,
dude.
they have to because the generation, like the actual
Yeah.
planet
No,
generation.
I
is
went
different,
on
like-
Vendesk and I submitted the bugs and everything, and I was just like, dude, here's a screenshot of. I gave him a screenshot. I was like, here's my alien. He's supposed to be the normal size as the aliens are, sitting in a chair, but instead he's a gigantic alien sitting through the roof of my base, and he won't talk to me. He hasn't talked to me in weeks. So fix the game, please. It's just literally, and then post, and then just gets drowned out. But I do suggest coming back to it. It's really. It is,
I might
what
give it a
was
shot, but
supposed
as I
to
said,
be.
like for me, for games now, like I'm kind of crushed in the sense of like my biggest shit on was the Dawn of War series. Like I was just really upset about it, and I don't. I've
Yeah,
over
I
the
can
years I've
imagine.
lost my faith in a lot of
Okay,
companies.
do you don't like Warhammer?
No,
I mean not Warhammer. You don't like Vermintide.
I
You
like
don't
Vermintide, but
at all?
it's a fantasy universe, right? I'm more of the 40k universe. I like the 40k universe. It's
Mhm.
it like
Here's the thing. I don't know much about Warhammer at all, besides like the one game that came out on PS2 a long time ago. It was
yeah,
FPS.
yeah, Space Marine, yeah,
Story.
Space Marine,
Space Marine,
yeah, it's
and
good.
that was cool. That was cool.
But that only lightly
but, like,
touches on the lore. Like from what I'm explaining to you, and I'm gonna sound such a fucking fanboy in the next like 5 minutes, but literally the story stretches so goddamn long and far, and there's so much goddamn lore to this game.
I know,
And that's that's why I love
have
it.
friends
You
that
know,
enjoy it,
that's
and it's nuts.
that's why I like it. It's like one big fucking massive novel, and it's just so good.
Well, it's a big tabletop thing.
But
It's a big
that and the
tabletop
fact of the
community
lore
in
though,
that
you
game.
people really can get behind like the stuff that's in it. Like it's very
Oh, yeah.
like for me, I grew up on
If it's
sci-fi. I love
tabletop,
it. You know, like so.
If it's tabletop like that,
Yeah,
that's
like it's
fantastic.
fun. Like I mean,
Good story.
whether you're rolling dice, like you can still have a good time with like 4 people and still have a good time playing tabletop. Like
Mhm. I mean, I still, I like Dungeons and Dragons. That stuff's always fun. But then
Yeah.
you make the story with that. With Warhammer, it's just it's like a
no,
tabletop
you
game.
make the scenario. That's what you do. You make this.
You made a
yeah.
scenario, but it's just like it's the same kind of thing. It's just
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people that are
it's-
dedicated to tabletop can recreate like fucking the Horus Heresy or different like pivotal points in like the actual battles that are in the books. Like it's for people that really like enjoy sci-fi lore to the extent like I mean I grew up on like even Google like we both grew up on like what Stargate, Star Trek,
Yeah.
Star Wars,
yeah.
like a lot of sci-fi like that. So it's like this appealed to me when I was younger and I fell in love with it because I liked it. You know?
I guess like I'm a sci-fi like a huge sci-fi reader, and after Star Citizen, like I am so unbelievably tilted as far as like just the fact that I read like after No Man's Sky and fucking Space Trucker. What is that fucking game? Elite Dangerous. Fuck that shit.
Elite
Oh.
Dangerous
Dude,
Space
Every
Trucker.
Trucker.
every
like the movie,
fucking
like the movie
god,
Space
dude, every
Truckers.
space game has been fucking garbage for like 10 decades. Like I just
Yeah.
honestly I'm getting the feeling that sci-fi and fucking video games like outside of like Halo, Destiny 2, holy shit how far Bungie has fallen. Like I can just name fucking Alien Marine. Like, how many fucking studios have fucked up a sci-fi game in some
Yeah,
sense?
we're not
That's
giving
what I'm-
reviews
dude,
though. Like these are
Kerbal
our own
Space
personal
Program.
opinions. We need to
Yeah,
clarify
I'm
that
saying-
here.
There's things, we're people, we're consumers, and things piss us off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get
well,
used
yeah.
to it.
Dude, Kerbal Space Program, honestly, the best game I've ever played. Like, I've looked, like, that's going back to pirating or whatever. It's like, I pirate everything
Yeah.
because I'm not going to get burned. Like, even with Steam's
Yeah.
return policy and shit.
Oh yeah,
I pirated
14
that
days,
shit
2
for
hours minimum.
6
Love it.
Yeah, I pirated
I wake up in the morning and I put the disc in the slot of my Dreamcast. I put my sunglasses on.
Play Spawn. I play
sing-
Episode on
I
Spawn.
sing and I sing to myself. I wake up in the morning and I got hysteria. Go to the car, gonna crank the stereo. Just and then throw my Dreamcast
Yeah.
out.
Taxi Driver.
I do that every morning.
That sounds like a good game.
Because I'm a consumer and I know it.
Look, I got a
want
game
it
that you guys will
now.
definitely love. Look, Detroit Being Human. Okay, that game is fucking
Yeah.
so fun.
I haven't get. I
So
guess
fun.
fucking Yakuza Zero's turned out.
I
pretty
like
good.
those
I like
games. I like
choices.
Heavy
I'm
Rain.
one of those people who likes choices in
Yeah.
games, and it's like it really appeals to me in that
I li-
sense. So.
I like any game like that, and then they have a quick time sequence.
Oh,
where you
yeah,
have to
that's
run after it, and
great.
they just fuck it all up.
Yeah.
I remember in Heavy Rain when you're the cop and you go to the mansion to bust that guy.
Yeah, and you just like.
I fucked up everything on purpose, and you crash your car through the front door, and you get shot immediately. And you're like going
tripping over fucking.
It's
Dude,
just
I
so
love,
good.
dude, yeah, that chase scene of that,
Jason,
that dude laughing.
Jason,
it's a great
Jason!
fucking game.
Jason. So good. No, I like those games, but yeah, I don't know. Games are it's a ever expanding, like this world is ever expanding, and it's lewd and devious in the secret, in the bed, under the cover, hush hush type of lovey dovey.
We should just save this for like another podcast because I feel like we can go for days of this.
Anyways, thank you so much for listening to our first episode of Derailed, the #1 train fan fiction podcast in the world, 2018. I'm Haus, and my other hosts are
I'm Google and I'm gay.
Google, and he's gay. That's strike 3.
Okay, that's.
And our boy.
It's me, Prods.
Yeah. And thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye. See you next week, losers.